So for practice today, if you have a yoga block, go ahead and grab one to have nearby for the end of practice. If you don't have a yoga block, a larger book or anything that kind of has a little bit of height to it will work perfectly. Okay, so maybe have that next to your mat here for the end of practice. Okay, now as you're ready, we'll make our way to the mat to a nice easy seat. We'll grow up nice and tall, stack the spine, lift up through the crown of the head up toward the sky, and then let those shoulders sink down the back. Relax those shoulders, release the shoulders, and begin to turn that focus to your breath. Feel that inhale as it comes in through the nose. And feel that warm exhale as that breath comes back up and out of the body. Body to settle. Allow that mind to settle. And let that breath lengthen and deepen. Last little breath here. Now that next inhale, we're going to reach those arms up overhead, stretch it tall. Exhale, reach that right arm behind, come to a nice tall twist. Left hand to that right knee, gently twisting over that right shoulder. And then inhale, reach up tall through center. And exhale, we'll twist to the left. Again, nice tall spine. Inhaling to lengthen, exhaling to twist. Inhale, reach up tall through center. And then we're going to bring those hands out in front. Keep our spine nice and tall. Hinge forward, walk those hands out, and hang the head. We're going to walk those hands off toward the left side of the mat. Breathe into the right side, that right rib cage, all the way down to the hip. And then we'll move through center. We'll walk those hands off to the right. And we'll open up that left side body. Breathe into that left side. And back to center. Walk those hands all the way back up. And let's make our way to a tabletop. Those hands and knees. Making sure those hips are over the knees. Those shoulders are over those wrists. You can have any cushion under the knees that you want to. We'll take a few cat and cow to start. Inhaling to lift the gaze, drop the belly button. Exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin. Really press that mat away and then flow back and forth. Take your time here. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more full breath. And as we find that neutral spine, let's circle those hips. Start whichever direction you want to here first. And switching directions. We're going to widen those knees as wide as the mat. Touch those big toes together, and we're going to sink the hips toward those heels, finding that child's pose. Never forcing anything. If your hips are a little tighter, you can stay up on the forearms so that you can hang the head. On that inhale, we're going to float forward to a modified plank. Engage that core. We're going to lower down nice and slow. Keep those elbows in along the body. On the inhale, we're going to lift just the chest for that baby cobra. And then exhale, send it back to child's pose. Sinking those hips, that forehead toward the mat. And we'll inhale, flow forward. Exhale, slowly lower down. Take your time. Inhale, baby cobra. And exhale, child's pose. One more like that. Flowing forward. Exhale, lower. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, child's pose. Gonna flow forward. This time, tucking those toes, we're gonna send those hips up and back. Find that first down dog. Hang the head, walk that dog. If you want to bend one knee, then the other. If you want to bend both knees, just getting some comfort here. Stretching out that first one. And then walking to the top of the mat. We'll exhale, fold. Hang heavy, ragdoll. You can dangle the arms, or you can grab opposite elbows if you want to. And as we release those arms, we're going to roll all the way up. Finding our way to that tall mountain, anchored in those feet, about hips distance apart. Reaching up again through the crown of the head. And let's circle out those shoulders here at the top. Nice big circles. We'll switch directions, circle forward. And release. On that inhale, we're going to reach up tall. Exhale, hinge from those hips, fold, plant your hands. We're going to find a plank. It can be a high plank or a modified plank. We're going to hold this plank here. Feel those shoulders. And then on our next exhale, we're going to send it back to our down dog. On the inhale, come back to that plank. Maybe lower those knees for that modified plank. And we're going to lower down to a count of 5, not landing on that mat until we hear 5. So we're going to lower 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we'll inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, send it back to child's pose. Stretch those arms, really slowly lowering down to work those triceps. Then we'll inhale, flow forward. Exhale, send it back, down dog. Inhale, traveling to the top of our mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping tall. Exhale, hinge and fold. Step back to that plank. Again, plank of your choice here, holding. On that next exhale, shift it back to down dog. Flowing back to that plank, maybe lowering those knees so that we can really focus on those triceps. Lowering 1, 2, squeeze those elbows in, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift that chest. Exhale for child's pose. Stretch those arms. Inhale to flow forward. Exhale, down dog. We'll travel to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale. Sweeping tall. We're going to add a chair here at the top this time. Walk those feet together maybe. Really sink those hips back. Chest stays lifted. Weight in the heels. Exhale, fold. We're going to step our left foot back and open up to a warrior 2. So that left foot parallel to the back of your mat. Open up those hips. Relax the shoulders. Gaze over those right fingertips. We'll flip that right hand and find a reverse warrior. Gazing up at that palm. Relaxing the left arm. Back to that warrior 2. Then we're going to turn those hips toward the top of the mat. Sweep this left leg, left hand back to the top of the mat. Feet together, hands at heart center. Sink for that chair. Exhale, fold, coming to that plank. Modified or high. Press that mat away. Exhale, shift it back. Down dog. Inhale, flowing back to that plank. Dropping those knees, that low, slow lowering down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift just the chest. And child's pose. And on that inhale, we're going to flow forward. Exhale, send it up and back. Down dog. We'll travel to the top of the mat. Exhale, fold. Inhale for halfway lift. Exhale, round and fold. Inhale to sweep nice and tall. Maybe reaching those arms overhead, sinking for that chair. Exhale, hinge and fold. We'll step our right foot back. Warrior 2. Opening up on this side. Settling in. We'll flip the left hand and reverse warrior. Warrior two. And we're going to start to turn those hips toward the top of the mat and sweep that right foot, right hand to the top, hands at heart center, sink for chair. Exhale, fold, coming to plank. Exhale, shift it back, down dog. And we'll flow back to that plank, that slow lowering down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift. Exhale, child's pose. And we'll inhale, flow forward, exhale, down dog. And we'll make our way to the top of the mat. Exhale, find that fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweeping tall. On that exhale, we're going to draw those hands to heart center. Doing a little balance today. Doing a little tree pose here. So let's anchor that left foot first. Think about those four corners of the feet, both sides of the heel. Pull those toes up, feel that big ball behind the big toe, that little ball behind the little toe. Spread out those toes. Take up as much land as you can on that mat. Lift up. Maybe start in tripod with that right heel against that left ankle. And then maybe slide the sole of that right foot up to the calf. That right knee going straight out. If you go any higher, just make sure you don't put any pressure on that left knee with your right foot. Want to be above or below. Slow, steady breath, engage that core. If you want to grow branches to your tree, feel free. Whatever you like. One more breath here. Maybe draw those branches back in if you have them, and then gently release. Shake things out a little bit. And let's circle out that left ankle both directions. And we'll switch sides. That right foot. So same thing, those four corners. Spread out those toes, shift that weight. Each side's a little different. So maybe find that tripod first and then decide where that left foot wants to be. Open things up with that knee, send it straight out. Maybe you want to grow branches on this side. One more breath. Again, maybe draw those branches in, release, and take those hips side to side, shake things out, and let's bring those circles to that right ankle, both directions. Then we're gonna find our way, as we're ready, to that mountain at the top of our mat. Reset those feet. Feel really rooted down. I always think after balance, the grounding of those feet feels even stronger. So enjoy that feeling. Lift up through the crown of the head. Relax the arms by your side. Couple of breaths. And as you're ready, inhale, reach it tall. One more time, we're gonna exhale, fold, and find our way to a plank. On that exhale, send it back, down dog. Inhale, rolling back to that plank, and that slow lowering down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, lift, and exhale, child's pose. Last one, sinking those hips, that forehead, stretching, slowing things down maybe. We'll walk our hands off to the left. Maybe stack that right hand on top of the left hand. And then we'll move through center. We'll walk those hands off to the right. Maybe stack that left hand on top of the right hand. And then back to center. Last full breath here. Using an inhale, we're going to come up through that tabletop and lower ourselves into our easy feet. Bringing those feet out in front, we're going to roll all the way down. Bring our block with us. Settling in here. Settle those hips, those shoulders. And first, let's windshield wiper those knees a little bit, side to side. When we're about even, we'll come back into neutral. We're going to reset our feet about hips distance apart. Walk them in toward the sit bones for some bridge work. Arms can be nice and relaxed by our sides with the palms up. As we're ready, press into those feet, lift those hips, maybe squeeze, pause at the top, and then really take your time lowering all the way back down. Press and lift. And slowly lower down. And this next one, as those hips are lifted, we're going to take our block, and we're going to slide it right underneath those hip bones on the block's lowest side, so that as we lower those hips, we land right on that block, and we're going to stay here in a supported bridge. So make sure you feel really supported on that block. Relax the arms, unlock the jaw. Breathe into the back, let it release. 2 more big, deep breaths here. You're ready, we're gonna press just a little bit into those feet, lift the hips, and slide that block all the way out, and then really take your time, feel how far down that mat feels. And then pull those knees into chest, rock it out side to side, massage out that spine. Feel free to find happy baby if you want to here. And as you're ready, squeeze those knees in with that inhale. And exhale, release, making your way into Shavasana. So take any props that you want to there at home, a blanket, an eye pillow over the eyes, maybe a bolster even under the legs, whatever feels best here. Settling in against the mat. Let the body release, melt into your mat, and again, return to that breath. That inhale, that exhale, letting everything else go. And slowly coming back if you want to. Feel free to stay as long as you like. Begin coming back with a few nice big deep breaths. Maybe wiggling the fingers, the toes. Maybe taking a full body stretch, reaching the arms overhead, playing the toes. As you're ready, making your way to either side, rolling to the left or to the right. And pausing here for just a few moments and breaths to breathe in all the good of our practice, to exhale out anything onto the mat that we want to leave here. And as you're ready, returning to that nice, tall, easy seat. Nice, tall spine, soft shoulders, deep breath. Thank you very much for sharing in practice with me today. Namaste.